Did you know there is a rock, paper, scissors day? It's the oldest hand game in the world and originated in Asia in a game called shoshling, which is mentioned in a book dating back to China's Han Dynasty in 206 AD. There have been multiple championships held for rock, paper, scissors and was almost used to settle a dispute in US federal court. Oh, and chimpanzees can play the game to the level of a 4-year-old. Welcome to Kaleidoscope, where we are positive, daring, different. Today on the show, the Tsunami Summit, migration realities, and a room of our own. Kaleidoscope is on 4 digital channels: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Do subscribe, follow, and like us. You may not know what you're missing otherwise. A massive thank you to our partners on the show, Celico Life, CDB, and The Daily Morning. You are the best.
She wins with CDB Wings, exclusive financial solutions for women.
So this is our look back at the week that was on CDB Snapshot. Sri Lanka's export earnings near $10 billion thus far this year. Sri Lanka exports 24 million kilos of tea in July, up from last year's 13%. And the country wants to up coconut export revenue by 154% to 2.2 billion kilos. Tennis icon Roger Federer becomes the 7th billionaire athlete in world history. Elon Musk takes Apple Inc. and OpenAI to court, saying Apple unfairly favors OpenAI after ChatGPT was integrated into iPhones. A man wins $12,500 from Google after being captured naked on Street View.
You focus on your goals. We will take care of the risks. Celico Life.
This is Celico Life News Capsule on Kaleidoscope. Germany's journey from labor importer to migrant nation is complex, urgent, and deeply human. In this interview, economist and political scientist Frank Bergdorfer unpacks the demographics, skills shortages, integration challenges, and on-the-ground realities that migrants face, offering sharp insight into what it really means to live, work, and belong in today's Germany. Frank, what's the real migrant experience in Germany? The ground realities of fitting in, community acceptance, and also adaptability.
The country is not that big geographically, but we are 84 million people now, I think. And depending on the regions, there are very, very different mentalities, but also very different experiences so far. So we have regions where 40% of people have some kind of migration background. That means usually a parent who wasn't born in Germany. That's the criteria we usually use. So really a big share of the people is there. Then it's pretty normal and people are used to it. And you have areas where you have hardly any immigration. And there the situation is completely different.
Are migrants set up to succeed, or do they get stuck in sort of low wage, low mobility roles?
The high skilled usually are easily absorbed if they have the papers, if they have the documentation, and if they speak the language. So these are preconditions. But usually there is if you come as a doctor, you usually find your way. If you come as an engineer, you usually manage, in case you can demonstrate your qualification and you get into the system. You have, on the other hand, of course, people who come here with poor education, and for them it's very, very difficult. And then there is a danger that you get stuck.
What should migrants realistically know before coming to Germany in terms of bureaucracy, recognition of qualifications, and also social integration?
Paper is terribly important here. then also in translation, in some official translation that you can show. Where did you get your school education? What kind of professional training what did you do at university? Where did you work? What did your employers think about your work? Such things help a lot. And the second thing is really language is an issue. So if possible, to be prepared for that. Those in the sector for high-skilled people, that's usually also accepted that people speak English, because also their colleagues speak English, and it's normal. And in cities or in industrial centers, you usually survive perfectly in Germany in English. But if you are in other areas, if you're in rural areas, if you're working in a hospital as a nurse and you don't speak English, you won't get integrated. It just doesn't help.
Are there examples of successful integration, and what makes them work?
My impression is that what really helps a lot is social life, is making friends. It can be the neighbor, it can be a colleague. It's often the children of the neighbor or their friends from school, and then you get contact with the family. And then you go to when you like table tennis or football, if you enter that world there and you meet people who have similar hobbies or like similar things, there I think it's most easily. The trap is if you stick in migrant communities, and if you spend your time with the people from your home country and share your language there and share your experience, then it is very hard to get integrated.
Now here's your weekly catch-up with the markets. It's mostly positive news at the Colombo Stock Exchange, with the all-share price index racing towards all-time highs, close to 21,000 points. Oil prices steadied at $63 per barrel as the market watched for fresh developments in the Ukraine war and the new 50% US tariffs on India, the world's third biggest crude consumer. China continues to buy gold, with net gold imports via Hong Kong more than doubling in July. Gold is at the $3,350 per ounce level. Pakistan launches its first fully electric trackless tram system in Lahore, powered by cutting-edge virtual track technology. Definitely a step in the right direction towards clean and efficient public transport. By day, he's a qualified management accountant and digital marketer. But beyond the desk, Dimanta Tenura is a man who turned tragedy into triumph. A survivor of the Federer train that was rammed by the 2004 tsunami, he saved relentlessly, trained with military precision, and climbed his way to Everest Base Camp and beyond, summiting Nepal's iconic Amadablam, the Matterhorn of the Himalayas. Despite losing his father to the tsunami and feeling the bottom of his world fall out, Dimanta's grit made him get both a degree and masters from the UK, embark on an IT career, and climb mountains to fill a missing void. Here's his story. What was your most defining moment on that climb?
It was always a hard climb. I never say it was an easy, not even a single part of it. But the most defining moment is that when I talked to a Sherpa and also a porter, I felt how fortunate we are. And when you take their life, I felt truly what's the meaning of resilience, because there is no excuses in their life. One of the porters, very young, just 22 years old, and he's carrying 80 kgs, 90 kgs up in the mountains, high altitude mountains. And he told me, sir, after 1 week, I have an exam to sit, so I need to go and study.
Tell me, these Sherpas are really the unsung heroes of this Everest climb, right?
Unsung heroes of these mountains, high altitude mountains. You name a mountain, they are the ones who go first and fix all the ropes, and they come down and they take their clients. And they make sure our safety. So we talk about the speed records, we talk about number of summit attempts, but we can do all this because of these Sherpas and because of these porters. Without them, there's no mountaineering in Himalayas.
Did any of those memories of the parallel train during the tsunami, did any of those memories ever flood back?
During this moment, when I hear the mountains, when I hear the riddles of the mountain goats, I went back to 2004, December 26th, because it was turning point in my life. I felt the same there, because when the tsunami wave hits the train, nothing was undamaged. Everything was damaged. And even part of my soul died there. So I went back and realized, okay, this is the same message I heard.
How much of your father do you carry with you on those climbs?
I would say 100%. Because I remember when I was a kid, he has this kidney problem, stones in kidney. So he got treatments, he got laser treatments, and we were middle class family. So he used to bring all these vegetables and fruits and fish and all these groceries in shopping bags back then. So he was walking. He was using the public transport bus. And there's a bus called, I remember, Siembala Pehandia, the junction. So he got down from there and he used to walk for about approximately 10 minutes to the house. I saw that resilience, I saw that capacity of endurance of him. So in these expeditions, if it is not me, I'm carrying my father's spirit in each and every mountain, in each and every expeditions I do.
What part of you didn't survive the tsunami and what was born in its place?
The part that couldn't survive in 2004 is that my shy, pampered 17-year-old boy. I was very fat. You name it, like I was wearing 42. That's the version who couldn't survive. Because it's a wake-up call for me, again from the nature. Hey, look here, look here. You are here for a purpose. You're not here for this. So if this is your person, the doors are open for you to go. You need to change yourself. So that's the person who I am today. So the part of my soul is died in tsunami, but to fill that void, there was a fighter born.
A Room of My Own is not just an exhibition, it's a quiet revolution on canvas. Inspired by Virginia Woolf's call for space, freedom, and creative autonomy, artist Anna Handy paints women who turn inward, unbothered by the need to perform or please.
Women in the South Asian context, they have to constantly live up to either their expectations of them or their appearance. Virginia Woolf's novel, which, she kind of looks at this aspect of letting women be who they are, giving them space, room to create, to innovate, to be purposeful in their field of passion.
A self-taught artist, Anna Handy brings depth, dignity, and defiance to every frame. A woman's right to be undisturbed, self-contained, and deeply present.
I usually observe people, and I tend to take a photograph on my phone or, in my mind, I kind of capture them. And then I kind of interpret what their story might be at that current time when I take that photograph, what their circumstances are, challenges, and then I write my own story into their lives, and then I kind of convert it onto the canvas. When I set out on a collection, something that is tugging in my heart, something that I've encountered, some issue or situation that I've encountered inspires me to create, to communicate what I feel in regards to that.
Each of Anna's canvases steps into a space where silence speaks, and every woman claims the room that is rightfully hers. August is nearly gone, September is nigh, and we'll be back next week.